lonesome. Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Me, Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Me, Mr. Shane, means you're grand. Me, Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest in the land. Shane means you're grand. Me, Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land.
Greetings from the Andrews sisters. I'm Patty.
I'm Maxine.
And I'm Laverne.
Say Bella, Bella, even Sevender bar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain. Me is Mr. Shane, so kiss me, kiss me, kiss me. I say that you will understand.
My bad.
No, it's fine. Oh my god, we're live! Hi, everybody.
Oh, sorry, you froze on me for a sec.
Oh, no.
I thought you were giving me some kind of signal.
No, we're live. Like, in the middle of my food. No big deal. Hi, everybody. How are you? This is another episode of That 20-Something Show, and if you expected us to be professional about it, you came to the wrong place.
That's it. I need that on a plaque somewhere.
Exactly. Oh, Matt, you should have been there last week. Last week, I did a stream of my new show that I'm going to pitch 2 seconds into this show. Because clearly I'm more proud of one of them. but you should have seen my new show called Recycled Programs. That one... Oh, you were there for a bit. I'm glad you caught it.
No, he was lurking.
No, but yeah, because of that show, I added the command "not a show." So that's fun now. But yeah, anyway, welcome to that I almost said that 70s show. Oh,
Legally,
no!
we can't say that.
we can't say that. Welcome to that 20-somethings show. It is I, Dr. Herman, and the co-host, Senator Mayor.
Remember, it's Mayor now.
Senator Mayor Garcia over there.
Are we eventually just gonna get longer at the titles?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's the way it needs to be.
Okay, I'll start doing that. But it was very nice to see you, Dr. Herman.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too, Senator Mayor Garcia. And Matt, yeah, that's fine. Spy Kids, Spy Kids and Hitler will be the topic of today's conversation, so you don't have to worry about it. It's fine. Actually, this episode is about happy thoughts and thinking them more specifically.
Also, before we get any further into this, I just want to...
Before we talk about things, go ahead.
Well, you talked about your thing. I'm talking about mine now.
Fine.
No, well, it may look like I'm not paying attention, but I am. I only have so many days in which I'm not working. So in these days, I'm assembling, all Christmas presents I'm giving out. So I'll be looking up and down.
'Tis the season, of course. So before we jump into the episode, I got to talk about a few things. So first of all, while we were not streaming, I do want to mention Johnny and Heidi, Scotty Dogood, and Mrs. X Kells for dropping a follow. We definitely appreciate it. We got those follows after we rated last time, and so definitely appreciative of those.
We also had some shout outs, right? For on YouTube.
Exactly. Popping in the YouTube comments are Ronan and Ronan from Northern Ireland. Yes, 2 people named Ronan. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Just the thought of somebody in Ireland thinking about us, that just made made my day.
Why not? And one of the comments, somebody in the comments said that they've waited for us to come back, and so I thoroughly appreciate that you have waited
and
this
I'm also
long.
sorry if we disappoint you.
And I'm glad that you enjoyed our past stuff, and I hope you enjoy this new stuff. And if you don't, well, I mean, we're sorry.
It's kind of what the show is.
It's kind of what the show is. That's what you get. But yeah, so anyway, now on to the show. With those announcements out of the way.
I feel like I'm back in school. And today's special is chili. Chili.
Brought to you by Chili.
Not last week's. Wink.
Ew. And certainly not made with yesterday's meatloaf leftovers. Moving on.
Thank you, RPS 205.
Good old RPS 205. Mystery meat every day. No, my favorite, and by favorite I am being sarcastic and mean truly least favorite and most disgusting dish they served was the green rubber enchilada. Do you remember that?
I stayed away from that.
Yeah, it filled the entire square on the lunch tray, and you could pick it up as one solid piece, but there was supposed to be sauce there. I don't know. I don't know. The sauce was more like glue.
Okay, there were these kind of like chicken nuggets that were like little O's, but it was they literally labeled
Chicken
it as
rings.
chicken ring things.
Chicken
That's the
ring
sketchiest
things.
thing.
Oh, could you pass me a plate of chicken ring things?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but I remember there was I don't know if it was when you went to like that HPAC meeting, but I think it was Kansas City, but we went to this fusion taco place, and it was run by the hipster crowd, and it was a great experience because I looked at the menu and all the items in there, they gave them names that sounded like newfound street drug names. I'll have to look for that menu during intermission, and
Right.
I'll have to share with you guys. It was great.
For sure. Also, I love how, regardless of the fact that we're on stream and it's just called a break, we're going to call it intermission.
Because we miss doing shit.
Because we miss doing theater. But anyway. So yeah, today's episode is, speaking of theater and things like that.
I was going to say, did we get sponsors?
No, today's episode is brought to you by the letter O. No.
Oh no, not these two again.
Yeah, exactly. No, but for real, today's episode is about happy thoughts and things that make you happy throughout the day. Just things that really brighten your mood if you're feeling down and stuff like that. I don't know. I felt like doing this stream because I'm miserable in general.
Well, yeah, it's a very miserable and trying times.
First of all, I want to go back because Matt commented something funny. And so today's sponsor is the letter O. Oh, so this is what my life has come to.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. But yeah, so
I say it in the mirror every morning.
oh. Oh, so that's what you look like. Anyway, but yeah, I'm generally not a happy person right now. I'm kind of in a slump. Oh no, Pablo froze. Pablo's dead. He's gone. Oh well. This is what we get for not having great streaming equipment, man. It kind of sucks, but oh well. So anyway, we're talking about happy things, and lately I have been trying to get out of a slump, and the only way that I've been able to do that is by, number one, returning to the one video game that I consistently play. I don't play any other video games. I play Minecraft, and I play it poorly. Oh my goodness, I'm big now because Pablo is totally and completely gone. So anyway, welcome to the Jacob stream. I appreciate you guys coming. But yeah, so I returned to Minecraft. Howdy! Hello, Noah is a cool name. I've never played Minecraft. You've never played Minecraft, Matt? I'm so astonished because it's just one of those games that a ton of people have at least played once or twice. You know, whether they like it or not is, anyone's game. But I definitely enjoy it. I find it relaxing, even when you're playing on hard and when you're trying to do very specific things. I still find it relaxing. The sound design in it is great. The graphics are just perfectly they're nostalgic graphics to me. I don't think they're particularly good. It's not like they're the pinnacle of graphics, but I love them. I think they're relaxing. And so I often play. And the other thing that I've been returning to is recording music. Man, I absolutely love recording music. And so that is what I've been doing. Yeah, you do have to play some Mince Raft. Or Minecraft, whichever you prefer. Ezra, I actually have someone who's building a server right now, and it's going to be a vanilla server, but it's going to be Java, and you need to join. It'll be super awesome. Minecraft is the most realistic graphics. That is true. things are cube, and there is nothing else. In fact, most people believe that the world is a cube. But that's just me. So anyway, yeah, those are the two things that make me really happy. What are some things that make you guys happy when you're feeling kind of down? You're right, Matt. The world is flat. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna admit Pablo back into this. Maybe he can actually join us for a conversation. But yeah, it's actually egg shaped. Oh, that's hilarious.
Sorry, guys. I guess I wasn't thinking good enough happy thoughts.
Clearly, he was not thinking good enough happy thoughts. That's okay.
I'm in a third world country. Sue me.
I don't really. Does Mexico classify as a third world country?
I don't know, man. It
It
depends who you ask, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you ask most Americans, I think America is the only first world country. But
yeah, I don't think we're third, but
yeah, right. So we're talking about the globe, and I was talking.
Oh, the newspaper?
No, the world that we live
then I
on
got
top
nothing.
of. No, but so I was talking about Minecraft originally because to keep myself happy and relaxed, I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft, and
Okay.
I was talking about the sound design and the graphics of it, which are pretty cool. And the graphics are obviously not the best graphics in the world, but they're really relaxing to me and sort of nostalgic, and everything's a cube, it's cool.
There's I'm not a gamer at all, so there's not a lot I can bring to the table. But there's one game that has really interested me, and it's oh my god, what's it called? It's Cuphead, I think. I think it's really just because of the animation style.
What?
Because it looks like old 1930s rubber house kind of cartoons, and
I'm not familiar with this at all.
I'm sure you've seen the icon, but not the
maybe. But yeah, I don't know. So if anyone knows what he's talking about, link it to me. I'll check it out. That'd be fun. But yeah, so we were talking about that, and I don't know if you're reading chat right now, but
I am.
Yeah, clearly everybody. I was talking about how, Noah said Minecraft is the most realistic, and I said that the world is a cube, and now everybody's jumping in on that. So I know what it is, but I have no clue what gameplay is like. Yeah, so. I don't think I've ever even heard of it. I might have seen it, but the name doesn't even sound familiar to me. So
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. Oh well, But yeah, Pablo, what do you do to make yourself happy when you're feeling kind of down?
Well, I don't know. I try different things. Well.
Drugs,
I always have
all the drugs, all of them.
I try drugs, that's the first step.
For the 12-year-olds watching at home, we're not condoning that you do drugs. We're not condoning that you not do drugs.
But you should make your own drug money.
Yeah, but yeah.
Teach responsibility. Yeah.
That's great.
It's all right, guys. Kids are not watching this.
Cocaine is my go-to, Noah. That's great.
No, but I always have a candy stash or some chocolate somewhere.
Of course you do. Look behind you.
That's why I put the background. Dude, chocolate. I can't have chocolate and be angry. It's just impossible for me.
That is true. It's hard. Chocolate.
But eventually, not to sound like a fatty. Sorry, not to sound like a fatty, but I make it a mantra sometimes. It's I don't have chocolate on me, so I'm like. And I don't know, I just imagine myself what that taste is,
and that makes you. That puts you in a better place.
I've conditioned myself.
You're just Pavlov's dog.
I'm Pablo's dog.
You're okay. No, Pablo's dog.
I went to school.
Pablo's dog is behind you, always barking in the.
They're quiet right now.
I know, which is crazy.
Oh no! There it is.
We spoke too soon. That's hilarious, though, that they've been quiet this whole time, and we mentioned them. We said their name too many times.
Yes.
But Noah, I go for a walk in freezing weather till my legs go numb to remind myself I live in the Midwest. Ah, yes.
Just to feel something.
Just to feel something. Just to know I'm alive. Yeah. I mean,
Feel like a man.
That's nice. I do like taking walks. I enjoy going out, not necessarily in the freezing weather, but I do like going out and taking a walk. I don't know, connects me to the world around me, and I get to breathe some fresh air, and it feels nice, especially after being cooped up for, like, ever.
Yeah.
Because we've been cooped up since March, you know? It's been kind of crazy. Of course, that doesn't count work or anything like that. You're just Pavlov's dog. I'm Pablo's dog. Thank you, Matt, for that. I appreciate it.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, I'm glad. But yeah, I definitely enjoy taking long walks for happiness. It helps for sure. Quote 54. Did you you might have done it too soon. I don't know. It's not popping up. Streamlabs hates you, Matt. I'm sorry.
Or maybe it's just that one time I was quiet.
Ah, there it is. Paul Blart is the pinnacle of Christmas movies.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt.
I'll fight anyone who thinks otherwise.
That's true.
You know, being a security officer myself, I watch that movie and go, yeah, that is exactly it. That's my Tuesday.
Especially sliding across and not quite making it. That's
Oh yeah, it takes skill to do that. The best of the best.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, in order to make yourself happy, you try to make others happy. So Pleasantly Purple, I send compliment texts to people, which is great. Yeah, that is nice. I can.
It's a good habit to have.
Yeah, I can agree that it's nice. I definitely reach out to others and try to talk to people when I'm feeling kind of down. But yeah, another thing that I do is I just watch stuff that I've watched before, funny stuff that you know, is uplifting, and or just like, especially right now, holiday movies, because they're all uplifting. Like we just got finished watching the entirety of the Santa Claus trilogy. Which was pretty awesome. I mean, I love those movies. I can't figure out which one is my favorite, but I love all those movies.
You know, when I'm sick, you know, if it's a sick day, and I'm a big baby when I'm sick, you know that. And so, yeah, on my sick days, I watch either like some Mel Brooks movie or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like, so, you know, something that'll just cheer me up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I made the mistake of when I was not feeling well one time, I made the mistake of continuing to watch The Office, and I had not watched it all the way through at this point. And I hit the season where, well, it was the last season, and a bunch of like important and like
all the pivotal things were happening.
All the pivotal stuff was happening, and I was like, man, my life still sucks. So yeah, it was a bad time to watch that, but you know, The Office is a good go-to when you're feeling down. If you watch the right parts of it, it's pretty funny. But yeah, Matt, watching videos of people falling down on YouTube. Yeah, you know, it's fun. I watched
things that make you think, well, at least that wasn't me.
At least it wasn't me. I do watch a lot of Fail Army. I watch.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You know,
those are Vines.
Yes, that Vines. Right now, actually, I have like 4 different Snapchat Discover. You know, those little windows in Snapchat. I have like 4 different series that are all fails. One of them is Fail Army. Clearly, you know, the algorithms are speaking to me.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this guy likes watching people suffer.
Hey, this made you happy.
Yeah, right? And so I'm
have
watching
more of it.
Fail Army and Fail Center and like all the fail videos. They're great. I love them so much. It's so fun. But yeah, anyway. So that's always a fun time. I enjoy that. And Vines, of course. I actually miss watching Vines. I haven't watched Vines in a long time. I feel like it's not the same to just sit and watch Vines alone. Because, like, we would all get together and watch Vines, together as friends in college.
Yeah.
And so now
No,
it
that
feels
was
weird.
that was like stupid, but it was like our version of just sitting around at the dinner table at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, it definitely feels different. I can scroll on TikTok for hours. It's a problem. That's funny. I've been watching videos of people playing Flight Sim lately, and I don't know why, but it brings me so much joy. TikTok also. Yeah, well, that is kind of interesting. TikTok for me, so like I grew up with Vine, and I really enjoyed all of the Vines and all of the funny Vine compilations and stuff like that. And it really, really is tailored to my sense of humor. Vine is. And TikTok just doesn't hit it.
A child.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, that's just too funny to me. And I get it. Like, TikTok has its funny moments, and there will be one TikTok. I watched a whole YouTube video compilation of TikToks that remind me of Vine or whatever, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And I watched a whole compilation, and I didn't laugh the whole way through. I was like...
I was lied to.
Yeah, pretty much. I just watched them, and I'm like... It would have been funnier if they... And as soon as I'm starting to do that, then it's like, you know... when I'm trying...
Now you're directing...
Yeah.
Now you're directing a Vine.
Yeah, and it just doesn't work. So TikTok just doesn't hit the mark for me. I'm sure that there are TikToks out there that are good. I know there are TikToks out there that are
No,
good.
I'm not dismissing that at all.
Like, I know that there are a lot of music TikTok people out there that I really enjoy. And there's stuff like that, but it just doesn't hit the mark that Vine did. I feel like Vine was just so
It hit
on
different.
point. Yeah, it hit different for sure. Ignore all the dance ones. Yeah, because first of all, if this offends you, I'm sorry, but it's not really dance. It's just Noah, you gotta read
What's
Noah's
that?
comment because it's a visual thing. that was great. For those of you who are watching on our YouTube channel right now and can't see Noah's comment, come on over to Twitch and follow us here. Be sure to chat with us live. We'd love to have you.
I hope you know that now routinely I'm gonna look in there and just go, some pretty funny stuff down there.
Some pretty funny stuff up and in chat here. Right? But yeah, so most of the dancers, first of all, it's not really dance. Like, here's the thing. There are some dancers on TikTok. Like Charlie, whatever her name is.
Wow, you're good at this.
Yeah, pop culture has been great to me.
Dude, I need to update myself on pop culture.
And Matt, I know I can make the chat appear on screen, but why would I do that when I could entice people to come over to Twitch and watch us here? But anyway.
And be part of the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. That de-incentivizes people. It's a business model, Matt. No, but...
Are you telling our business manager how to run this?
Yeah, Matt, our moderator, who is doing most of the behind-the-scenes business for us. To be honest. No, but going back to TikTok, it sounds like a Jedi mind trick to me. It is. You will come follow us on Twitch.
Join the dark side. What do we even call it, the dark side?
No, it's just the dumb side, to be honest. Join the dumb side. No, but anyway, people on TikTok, there are some good dancers. Like, for instance, Charlie, again, I still don't know her last name, but that's fine. Charlie, she's a dancer. Like, so that's cool. Noah just said that Hank Green makes TikTok.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I've seen some of Hank Green's TikToks, and Hank Green's TikToks are actually really funny in the Hank Green way, not in a Vine sort of way, because Vine
in his own special way.
Vine, the thing with Vine is it was consistently 100% 7 seconds long. You had 7 seconds to be funny, and if you weren't funny in those 7 seconds, you didn't make it. And so it's full of quotable one-liners, whereas TikTok allows you a little more time, and so it's less pressure to be funny. And so
But, on that same token, some funny things should take longer than 7 seconds.
That is true, but Vine for me hit the way Vine needed to. And
it was instantaneous.
Yeah, it is. It's that instant gratification that I needed from Vine. and when I thought TikTok would provide the same thing, it just doesn't. And so I really do want to finish my sentence about Charlie, whatever her last name is. She's a trained dancer. Like she's actually I've seen videos of hers where she does like interviews and stuff like that, because I watch more interviews than TikTok. But what they're doing on TikTok is not actually dancing. Like anybody can do that if they tried hard enough. Like that's not dancing. That's just doing moves. Like this isn't dancing. I'm sorry, but it's not.
You shut up. I can dance.
I can do it, and if I can do it, then it's not real dancing. And it doesn't take that much skill to do that kind of thing. Now, I'm not dismissing that. If you want to look nice and do those dance moves and get popular off of it, then go for it. Do it. It works for some people.
Clearly.
And you don't have to be a trained dancer to do that. But all the TikTok dancing and stuff like that does take away from the fact that people like Charlie are talented and trained dancers. And you can't show that off in a TikTok. It's really hard to show that you're a professional dancer in a TikTok video. I've never heard of this Dan Povenmire, if that's how you pronounce him.
Yes, Grandpa.
I've never heard of this Dan Povenmire guy. No, but I've never heard of him.
I remember when names were just 3 syllables.
Remember when men were named Butch? Anyway.
Ketchup used to be purple.
Oh my God, he created Phineas and Ferb. I should know more about this gent.
I apologize.
I apologize. I should know more about this man. But yeah, I mean, like, people like that, if they have TikToks, like Hank Green. The thing is, Hank Green, I know Hank Green more than I know Dan Povenmire. Hank Green doesn't need TikTok. He doesn't. He's not making his money off of TikTok. That's for sure. But he just doesn't need it. And I feel like people like that can be funnier on TikTok and can be better on TikTok because they already have other platforms. The pressure isn't on them to make like groundbreaking content on TikTok.
Right.
They're just being themselves. And they already have proven that they're funny and that they're good at what they do. And so they don't need to try and prove it. I feel like TikTok is a great way for people to try to prove that they can be funny or that they can be a dancer or that they can be popular. And it doesn't work that way. You either are or you're not. And TikTok is a really hard way to just jump into popularity. You know, it's not easy, and it's I don't know. I think it fosters this need to be famous, and it's hard to do.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want to be?
So Matt's comment is absolutely hilarious.
Well, what did he say?
He wrote a meme in which is great.
Damn it, Matt.
So I'm on sea shanty TikTok, so I don't really see the dancers much. I don't know what the heck those words mean all put
These
together.
these kids have a TikTok for everything.
Right? But sea shanty TikTok sounds like my kind of TikTok. I don't know. I don't know about you. But no, so there's this one guy on TikTok who's, again, name totally escapes me. I you know, that's how well I know my TikTok people. But there's this one guy that does country music, and he writes things that mean things, which I like. Yeah, Matt, I didn't know you could put those words together like that either. But so there's this one guy on TikTok that writes all this country music, but like I was saying, he writes lyrics that mean something. And so it feels like all of this commercialized country music that we get now, he's kind of writing the country music that, I guess, so to speak, goes back to its roots and is a little more poetic. And I really like it. And, you know, for all of those people out there that hate country music because it's just beer and tractors, this is not the kind of country music that is.
It's pretty good at drinking beer.
Right? Exactly. It's definitely more poetic. And it's definitely more... I mean, it's still country music. And he's definitely got a little bit of twang. But that's just how he speaks, so it makes sense. But, like, his music is a little more poetic, and it definitely feels more thought through than the commercialized country music of today. That's, you know, everybody talking about being a rough cowboy and, you know, kicking around
Beverly Hills,
kicking around shit with their boots. And they wrote the song from their private jet, you know. It's like, okay, cool, man. But yeah, whatever. You've never roped cattle in your life. Like, neither have I, but I don't write country music, so like I'm not judging you for not roping cattle. I'm judging you for writing songs about it when you have zero experience.
You don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is. You don't know what that means. And yeah, so like, I don't know. I just think it's weird. But this guy definitely writes, Noah, you know the guy I'm talking about. Please comment his name for the love of God. I don't know his name.
Nah, this is more fun.
It's more fun to watch me struggle. Anyway. But yeah. He's pretty good. So yeah, anyway. What were we talking about again? Oh, happy thoughts. I don't know how we got on TikTok. I didn't know his name, to be honest. Oh, curses. No one doesn't even know his name. Now I'm so confused.
Don't worry. Someday someone will tell you, you know, when this video garners enough.
You should check out Stacy Ryan's music on TikTok. She's super talented. Okay, Stacy Ryan. Yeah, I'll remember that.
Let me write that down real quick, actually.
Okay. If you will, then maybe I should too. Because I can't hold a pen in my hand, apparently. Stacy Ryan. I'm writing that down.
Thanks, Gramps.
Anytime. You should check out Matt Welsh on TikTok. He's aight.
Hey, how do you get memes on this thing?
Shout out to Matt. Oh, by the way, I do have to shamelessly plug Matt because he is trying to, I don't know, reach affiliate or something like that. So if you haven't followed Matt on Twitch yet, please go do it.
He is a pretty cool guy.
Apparently he plays Among Us, which is awesome. I enjoy watching Among Us. I hate playing it because it gives me a literal anxiety attack. I mean, I'm not even kidding.
I'm a paranoid guy to begin with. Why would I want more?
Seriously, though, like, regardless of who I am in Among Us, if I'm playing a crewmate, I'm paranoid. If I'm playing the imposter, I'm paranoid. I can't.
Paranoid is my neutral state.
Yeah. When I'm playing Among Us, my heart races. I mean, like, I sweat just playing a game. Like that's not my idea of a fun
I didn't know
time.
Among Us was a contact sport.
Yeah, pretty much. It's great. Like I was playing. I was playing with a group of guys, and I knew 2 of them out of the 10 people that were playing. I was one, and then I knew 2 others. So then there are these 7 randos that I don't even know. And of course, it's one of my other friends who was playing with us. It's his friend group, so he knows everybody. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anybody, so I don't know how they act. And it's kind of hard to play Among Us when you don't know how somebody acts, because you don't know when they're lying or not. You know, you don't even have subtle clues and stuff like that. And so, like, I was playing and I was lost. Like, I didn't know who was telling the truth, and I couldn't pick up on anything. And then, all of a sudden, again, second time playing the game, second round. So first time playing the game, but second round. And I'm the imposter. And so I don't know how to play this game yet. I'm still getting the hang of it. And then all of a sudden I'm the imposter. And I go around trying to kill people. And I think I killed one person. Nobody saw me do it. It was great. I was on a roll. And then I get into, finally, somebody catches somebody else's body, not the one that I killed, and they're like, yeah, I think it's Sundance Streams. And I'm like, what? Why would it be me? And they're like, yeah, it's definitely him. And they all voted me off, and I'm like, curses. What? Let's lie a little lower this time instead of maybe my voice raising up to the 10th floor. Like, jeez. But yeah, I was very paranoid, and literally sweating like crazy, and my heart was pounding for no reason whatsoever. There were
like
no
I think
stakes.
it's Sundance Streams. You hear like the watermarks and
Yeah. It's that meme or the GIF where Jordan
Jordan
Peele
Peele.
is just dripping sweat. That was me playing Among Us. That was me for sure. So yeah, Among Us is definitely not the game for me. But if you enjoy watching it, which I do, then go ahead and follow Matt1012. He plays Among Us. Do you have like a particular stream schedule, Matt? Because I'd love to know. And I don't know if I don't get your notifications, but I haven't seen you stream. Yeah, this is the longest shout out ever. Yes.
it's the nature of the show, Noah.
Yeah,
Deal with it.
Get out of here. What did you come here for? Because this is not it. But anyway, Matt, for real, if you're still with us, do you have like a set stream schedule, or do you just play randomly and I just have to figure out why I'm not getting your notifications? Because I'd love to watch you stream sometime. Because I to be honest, I haven't been able to pop over there. Because I haven't found the time when you are streaming. So, but I'd love to check you out, and you all should too. Now that the shout out, the 15-minute long shout out is over.
We're so good at these.
Yeah, we're so good at this. No, so Matt doesn't have a stream schedule yet. He just started his full-time job, so that's okay.
Gotcha.
When you get a scream schedule, when you get a stream schedule, let us know, because we'll be posting every Tuesday is our current schedule.
And we're hoping it stays that way.
And we're hoping it stays that way based on... I don't know what my next week is going to look like, because I do know what next week is going to look like. I'm all the way 2 weeks ahead scheduled out. So 2 weeks from now is the week right around Christmas, and so I have no idea what my schedule will look like with work.
Right.
So we'll have to figure it out. It'll be a fun time. But yeah... So happy thoughts, happy things. So one of the reasons that I titled the episode this way is we were kind of debating on the title. We originally thought Happy Place would be a good title for the stream, but I decided to go with Think Happy Thoughts, because it made me think of Peter Pan. And to be honest, Peter Pan is
And who
like,
doesn't have a good time watching Peter Pan?
exactly. And Peter Pan is like my biggest happy thought. Whenever I'm feeling down or anything, I just think about Captain Hook and Peter Pan and just everything from the animated movie to the Robin Williams Hook to
Oh, that was a delightful one.
right, every single recreation of Peter Pan that I've ever seen, I have enjoyed.
Do you know Glenn Close was in Hook? Like she played a pirate, like the pirate that Hook throws overboard.
No
Like
way.
she was dressed as a male pirate.
I had no idea. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, though. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I absolutely love Peter Pan, and so it was a happy thought, me, thinking about the title for this stream, because Peter Pan just brings me a ton of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little bit nostalgia. I've been in Peter Pan multiple times. I've been in the theatrical production of Peter Pan multiple times. And
That's on my short list. I'd like to do that one sometime.
it's a good one, man. Like,
it looks fun. That's what. It just looks like a good time.
yeah, and I've had the opportunity to play a lot of different parts in Peter
Yeah.
Pan. I like to joke around because the first time I was in Peter Pan was in high school, and the first time I was in Peter Pan, I was a lost boy, but then I was also Peter Pan's understudy and Captain Hook's understudy.
Right.
And for one performance, I ended up playing Peter Pan. And so I've been Peter Pan. I've been Toodles the Lost Boy. And then I also have been, of course, Captain Hook for my favorite rendition of it. It was super fun. I so enjoy being Captain Hook. But then the production in between that, I was actually a technician for it. I didn't audition for it. I wasn't in it. But I was running crew. And
Yeah.
I was specifically the guy that would jiggle the drawers and flip the switches and do this stuff for Tinkerbell. So I like to joke. I like to joke that I played Peter Pan, Toodles, Tinkerbell, and Captain Hook. So
I'm going for Wendy next time.
yeah, I'm going for Wendy. No, but it's been such a good experience.
Yeah.
and I've enjoyed it so much.
No, and I love it because, like, when you work on the same play on different occasions, I don't know, it kind of gives you like a different look at it,
Oh yeah. Especially playing different parts in it, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Matt. I'll definitely put Drawer Jiggler on my resume. But yeah, I actually, believe it or not, it is on my resume. It's not under Drawer Jiggler, but it is on my resume. I was running crew for it, but besides, anyway.
I like Drawer Jiggler better.
I do too. I'm gonna go fix my resume real quick. But yeah, it not only does it give you multiple takes, just playing different parts or different roles in the show itself, but also it gives you different perspectives because you're working with a whole new group of people, potentially. Yeah. You're working under a whole new director. You've got a different set and a different perspective on that. Everything about the show, except for the dialogue and the music in this case, is different. And so it really does give you a different sense of the show in its entirety, because different things are important to different people.
Right.
I know. So in the Auburn production that I was in, Mr. Darling was the same actor it was Philip Fox. Mr. Darling was the same actor as Captain Hook.
Right. Like, that's done traditionally, right?
Traditionally. At Milliken, when I did it, it was, again, traditional. But then when I played Captain Hook, Mr. Darling was played by a different actor.
Right. Yeah.
And that was, in their case, it was because they wanted to involve as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Darling was played by a different actor so that someone else could get stage time, which makes perfect sense. I love that. It's great. But it is interesting because that told a different story. You know, I really think that the story of Peter Pan is very specific and very important the way you tell it. And telling this story with Mr. Darling not being Captain Hook is different. Because then it's more real in a sense. You know, Neverland is this real place. Whereas if Captain Hook and Mr. Darling are the same actor, you get the sense that maybe it's just all in the kids' minds. It's their imagination.
Right.
And so, you know,
Or it could be used as, you know, like to test them, you know, against, you know, like to test their defiance against, you know, the person who's standing in their way, like their dad wanting to break them up and make them grow up. I'm not saying that the dad's a bad guy, you know, he's just like an opposing force. So in like I'd like to bring to an example like Jumanji. Remember the first Jumanji movie with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
You know, he had, you know, when he was a kid in the beginning of the movie, his dad was, you know, very strict. They obviously had like some, you know, like rocky relationship between the two. And you know, lo and behold, later in the movie, the hunter is played by the same actor who played the dad.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. And so I definitely like that
So
a
it's
lot.
so it's like, you know, that that opposing force haunting you like throughout the story.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do love that. I've also seen versions where I now this is definitely a strange recreation of it, but I've seen versions
I'm
where
here for that.
where yeah, right, where Tiger Lily is the mom. Mrs.
Ooh,
Darling.
okay.
Yeah, and so it even further grounds it into this the kids are imagining all of this. You know, the kids are dreaming or something like that, and Peter Pan is their inner child, their own inner child. And so it's really cool. Also, I want to say, so for you, I am going to abbreviate your name to Wig because WYG is all I'm going to be able to pronounce every time I speak to you. So Wig, thanks for the follow. But
unless you send us like the phonetic pronunciation, we'll definitely make it work.
Wigged ya? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's an abbreviation for a full sentence. So just wig is gonna be good. But casting choices have very specific meaning, and when you're haphazard with casting, the show suffers. That is true. And not so far as to say that, you know, casting a blonde over a brunette in one particular case is going to be detrimental to the show.
No.
But if the show is Legally Blonde, then maybe yeah.
Maybe you should make her blonde.
Well, you know, I've seen a version of Legally Blonde with an Asian Legally Blonde, and that was interesting. An Asian Elle who had to wear a wig because, you know,
right,
she wasn't blonde. And so it's like, okay, well, the show suffers a little bit because of that, but, you know, and it would also be the same as casting me as Seaweed in Hairspray. It just wouldn't work, you know, and it doesn't make any sense.
Or heaven forbid I actually play a Mexican sometime.
No, what would be even better is if there was a show with a plethora of Mexican characters and you still got cast as the white guy. That would be funny. Like casting you as Tony in West Side Story.
Make me Officer Krupke in West Side Story.
Dead. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, that's great.
Like, we don't even dignify your talents for being, you know, one of the Latin dancers by giving you one of the, you know, one of the white dancers. No, you're Officer Krupke.
Yes.
That's how I would see it going down.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it is. But yeah, casting choices do have very specific meanings, for sure, Noah. I definitely agree. And when you mess around with that... Shut up! Hold on. I gotta...
This stream is brought to you by Hint.
I can't. No, I can't. Anyway.
Can we talk about the fact that they finally did some monster advertising in Big Mouth.
Oh yeah, that is hilarious. They did. Um, you know what's funny?
I
Super
haven't finished it
funny.
yet, so no spoilers.
No, yeah, no spoilers. But they do make again politics. Beware. But they make a Joe Biden joke. And here's the thing, like I know for a fact that at least a majority of the creators, I know a majority of the creators, and they are all Biden supporters. But the fact that they made a Biden joke is funny to me because for the longest time, we've had a president that can't make fun of himself, and we've had presidential supporters that can't make fun of their president. And now, finally, we're back to a time where we can just casually make fun of the president for stupid things and it be funny, like, and not detrimental to the country. You know, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, I don't know if you've gotten to
Good
it
old
yet.
days.
I don't know if you've gotten to it yet, but Andrew definitely makes a Joe
Yeah.
Biden joke. It's hilarious.
It's like I'm as uncomfortable as or scared as when Joe Biden whispers something.
Yeah,
bad in
when
your
Joe
ear.
Biden
Oh,
whispers
but, a
secret
sex
in my
joke.
ear. Well, yeah,
Wow.
it is. It is. Sorry, we
It is
both
kinda
went
grotesque.
silent reading Matt's comment.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Anyway,
So the comment for you guys on YouTube
yeah, it's
is sorry.
no.
I think Matt says I think the Big Mouth character design is so ugly I can't watch it. And it is kind of off-putting. Like visually.
Yeah, it is. But I also think it's supposed to be because
Yeah. Puberty is not pretty, guys.
no, it's not.
Puberty is not pretty.
And like I don't know about you, but maybe you hit your peak in middle school, but I certainly didn't look great in middle school.
No, I think mine was probably around high school.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here, baby.
Yeah, it's
but
parts of the car, the engine was just starting to go out, and that's
yeah,
not same.
I think the point of it is it's supposed to look a little bit rough. I puberty is not pretty. Thank you, Noah. Thank you for adding that.
Yes.
Quote.
You saved me a step I was gonna do later.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think that it's. Oh yeah, Matt. Noah can add quotes too. I'm sorry, I gave him the ability to also do your job. But oh no. But yeah, I think it's a little bit ugly on purpose. I don't think it's supposed to be that nice. Also, did you want it to be attractive, Matt? They're like 12. Calm down. Yeah, come on, Matt. Yeah. Half the characters are voiced by Nick Kroll. Did you think it would be pretty? Like, yeah, okay. I get that because, to be honest, Nick Kroll alone, I am not a fan of. Like, if I was just watching Nick Kroll, I'm not a huge fan. But Nick Kroll in combination with others, I think is pretty good. I personally like the writing of Big Mouth. I like it a lot. I like Oh Hello on Broadway on Netflix.
Yeah.
that was a lot of ons. Oh Hello on Broadway on Netflix, which
Right.
is Nick Kroll and John Mulaney. I think coupled together they're great, but
Yeah.
I don't like Nick Kroll in general. And yes, Nick Kroll does have a very punchable face, Matt.
Wow. I like him just fine.
I think he's okay.
I'll sit down and watch him.
No, I don't know why, but I don't, his comedy, again, just doesn't hit the mark for me. Mark has
that's
been
comedy.
spared multiple times in this episode. Mark, you thank your lucky stars. Anyway.
Just wait till the Spy Kids episode.
Just wait.
Oh,
boy.
hey, I've been meaning to ask you this. How do you feel like if once every month, every 2 months maybe, we do an actual episode dedicated to Spy Kids, like just one movie
Yeah,
each time.
I would like that idea.
You know,
I don't know. What does our live
Get it
studio
off your
audience
chest,
think?
kind of thing.
What does our live studio audience think? Do you guys want us to talk about Spy Kids more, or are you Spy Kids out? Because that's the real question. I mean, we don't do this for us. We do this purely.
Despite what you believe.
Despite what you may believe, we do this for you. We talk like this normally. We record it and put it up on Twitch for you. That's all you guys. So more Spy Kids is the unanimous vote from the one person who's commenting. Oh no!
Pleasantly Purple.
No!
We'll just have to warn Pleasantly Purple when that is.
Yeah, it'll just have to happen. But yeah, listen, I've been thinking each episode should be analyzing every minute of Spy Kids. Okay, first minute zooms in on the Isle of Dreams. Okay, and 2-hour podcast for each minute. I agree. I think we can do it.
Yeah, we'll dissect each movie frame by frame.
Here's the thing: if we had the ability to start earlier, I definitely think we could do like a full 4-hour long stream.
I think
or
so.
something like that on one movie. I want to find a way to do that. I know that there are content creators out there, and I'll have to look into copyright a little bit more. But I know there are content creators out there
Right.
that review things, and they'll put out the actual like film as they're commenting on it and stuff.
Are we gonna Emperor Cusco narrate the like Spy Kids?
I would kind of like to.
That'd be great. I'll get my markers.
I wouldn't mind doing that. But I don't know how to do that without getting a ton of copyright, like, what is it, DCMA?
Slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Yeah, for all of our 3 viewers that aren't giving us, like, any revenue from Twitch whatsoever, you know, it's not a big deal. It's like, but, you know, aww, no, Pleasantly Purple, you can stay. But yeah, no, I think we will have to dedicate one episode to that. Maybe it'll be an episode of my show, and I'll just have you guest star on it.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that.
And you know, because that's not what we're already doing. But yeah, it'll be an episode of Recycled Programs, and we'll actually analyze Spy Kids and actually talk about why we like it so much.
Right.
And,
Well,
and why we keep talking about it.
we'll put on our professional hats on.
Yeah, because to be honest, there's a reason we like it so much, and it's not just, you know, because it's nostalgic, and it's not just because we all grew up on it. But you know, we'll analyze that in another episode of Recycled Programs. I think that'd be great. I'll have to let you guys know when we talk about that stuff in Recycled Programs. It'll be fun. I want to see you guys play 6 Degrees of Separation with random actors in a movie-themed episodes.
What? I want to do this.
I know all of those words separately. So, play 6 Degrees of Separation. I've never played it, so I don't know what that is.
Is it like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? Like, would that be like the same kind of rules?
And then random actors in a movie themed episode. Oh yeah, so like connect 2 actors through movies that they're in together.
Honestly, I just do that already when I'm watching something.
That's pretty much what we've been doing this whole time.
I no joke, I was doing that about an hour ago. Because of Jim Carrey and Colin Firth. I was watching the the 2009 Christmas Carol. Because I haven't seen it. And I was like, let's see. And I started connecting like their movies, and like they both work with Meryl Streep, you know, like in so and so. Oh, she did this, and like kind of like trace it back around somehow.
That is funny. So I assume that 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is that specific game played with Kevin Bacon
I think so.
As the primary like actor in mind. And I feel like the only way to play this correctly is if by the end of the 2-hour episode we get right back to exactly where we started, but not earlier than that.
Yes.
Like we have to draw it out. Like, you know, if I say Spy Kids and it's Steve Buscemi, and I don't know, I lost all actors' names just now. They're all gone. All of the actors.
Antonio Banderas?
Yeah, sure. That's the one. We'll go with that guy. I was thinking of Sylvester Stallone. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. Antonio Banderas. So then what would we have to do, I guess, is the next thing. We would have to find a movie that Antonio Banderas is in that we can name another actor from and just keep moving on until we get all the way back to Steve Buscemi.
I want to say that's it. I want to, but
I feel like we could totally do that. And I feel like we would definitely have to, you know, it would, so we've got Spy Kids, Steve Buscemi, Antonio Banderas. Then we move on all the way around the circle until we get to, you know, we're talking about Adam Sandler, and then we're like, yes. And we're back to Steve Buscemi because of Adam Sandler.
You know, every movie he's done.
Every movie he's done. I was in the live studio audience of America's Got Talent. Get to Kevin Bacon. Oh, so yeah, get to Kevin Bacon. That's actually really funny. Wait a second, Matt. Were you really in the live studio audience of America's Got Talent? Because
I believe that.
I think that would be awesome. I would love to do that. I'd love to do that for American Idol, but that's just because I grew up watching American Idol. It's a clo that's pretty. It's a clo. Do I speak English words ever?
I just nod sometimes.
Okay. It's a show that's pretty close to my heart. No way! In 2014. So Matt was in the live studio audience of America's Got Talent in 2014.
That's awesome.
That is super cool. I love that. That is so cool.
Meanwhile, what did we do after high school?
See, right. What did we do? Well, this. and nothing else. No way, Matt. That's awesome. That's so funny. You watched the episode you starred in. That's hilarious.
I'll have to look for that, not gonna lie.
See, I would love to be in the live studio audience of game shows, but they wouldn't love to have me because I talk out loud during game shows and I answer the questions. And so they would hate me. I could not sit and not answer.
You'll hear a faint voice. And it's like me going, "Oh, that wasn't the right choice." No. It's B. It's B.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Just some guy going, "It's B." Like, Jesus. No, I've been watching a lot.
It's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I'm whistling the Jeopardy theme.
Stupid. Oh God. No, that's the other thing that I really like to watch to make myself a little bit happier is game shows. Game shows.
Back around.
Hey, we did get
20
there.
degrees of separation was that from the topic.
Yes. Hey, final answer from Pablo from afar. This idiot. Yes. Yeah, Jacob watching game shows is a full contact experience. So I've been watching a lot of The Weakest Link lately. The newer one hosted by Jane Lynch. And,
I love her.
And so I will oftentimes jump up in the middle of the living room floor and yell the answer at the television, especially when they get it wrong. I'm just like, come on, you idiots. It's terrible. I'm a terrible person, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that's it's fun. I would not be a good studio audience member, that's for sure. Unless I was in the studio audience of something like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
You know,
oh God, yes.
Because then it's
I
fun.
would want to
and
be
they
there.
ask for callbacks and stuff like that, and you know, I would also be good in the live studio audience of Jeopardy because I don't know any of those answers.
You'll see me going, buy a vowel.
I would probably be a decent studio audience member in like Wheel of Fortune or stuff like that because I think I could keep myself contained. But when it comes to
One would like to.
when it comes to other trivia shows, like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader or Weakest Link or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like I yell at the television. I have never applied for a game show. And it's because although I'm great at it at home, I feel like I would be absolutely terrible at it in reality. And it's like I just
could you imagine us like auditioning for The Amazing Race?
No, yes. yeah, I could. Actually, Pablo, can we?
Let's do it.
Can
Fuck
we
it.
please?
Let's audition for try out for The
Amazing Race. I think that would actually be really fun.
I think, the way I see it is we're going to do it as a joke, but it gets more and more serious as we're getting to it that we're getting so nervous. Like, dude, I think we're actually going to get in. What are we going to do?
What are we doing? Can we pull out? Or is it like, is it too soon? Is it too late? I don't know. But yeah.
Somehow we win. Like, I want to think that
we auditioned as a joke.
It has to be like it'll be like a miniseries length, like it's separated in sections, and somehow we end by some enormous comical default.
and the other characters dropped out because they both broke their ankles simultaneously.
We get in trouble with I don't know, some animal smugglers or some hopsters or whatever, but we think it's part of the game.
Yeah, exactly, Matt. It just happened somehow. It started as a joke, but then
oh my god,
he was in too deep, and yeah. No, I think Amazing Race would be great for us. I also think Chain Reaction would be great for us. Are you familiar with Chain Reaction?
What's that?
The game.
Oh, is that the one with the word stacks, right?
Yeah, so it's a word, and then all you get is like the first letter of the next word, and you have to guess what word it is. And,
yeah, I like that one.
And you wager money like that. I love that one. And that is the only one that I feel like I would actually audition for. Mm-hmm. That or like Family Feud or something like that. Like, I would be okay at those. Because they're not as... Like, Family Feud isn't trivia. It's like...
It's surveyed. Yeah,
it's surveys and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it's not so much pop culture and stuff like that. I don't know a ton of pop culture things, and I'm not super on the high end of academics either. I have a weird niche of knowledge. And I feel like on a trivia show, a weird niche of knowledge isn't helpful. It's like, I can answer 5 questions right, and that's
unless you're in a team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Are you serious? I didn't know that was a thing, Matt. I didn't know. Does your fiance work for game shows?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know pop culture, Mr. Charlie. What's her name? Yes, I don't. I don't know pop culture. You know what's funny is I was gonna call her Charlie DiMaggio, but I knew that wasn't it. I have no idea what her last name is. It's something. It's like D'Amelio, or I don't know. It's something like that. But yeah, I don't know anything.
Oh, I found it. It's McGarry.
Ah, yes.
I'm kidding.
No, but yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't realize that was a thing. But yeah, I'd love to be on a team. Like with Chain Reaction, I'm really pretty good at it, and I feel like if I had a strong team, like if it was you, because it has to be 3 people. So I feel like if it was you, me, and Steven, I feel like we'd do really well at that show. I feel like that would be so fun.
Real quick, because this was one of the instances in which it froze and skipped, I completely missed who the third person would be.
Steven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Plus, wouldn't it be fun to be on a game show with you, me, and Steven? Like, that would be hilarious.
I'd be down for that.
I would love doing that. That would be so
Oh, you know what
fun.
would be fun? Floor is lava. Floor is lava would be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. That does make sense, Matt. It makes sense that if you have someone who works for that particular station, D'Amelio. So it is D'Amelio. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm glad I know that now. If I ever have a trivia question about Charlie D'Amelio, I now know. But yeah, Noah does kick butt at Chain Reaction for sure. That's why I think we should all be on Family Feud. But that's just me. I wonder if Pablo would be invited with us for Family Feud. That could be interesting. Is that Steve? Is that?
What is that?
It's definitely Minecraft, which is hilarious. Yeah, I think Pablo. I don't know how Family Feud actually works. Like, do they? Because they actually pick families, obviously,
Yeah.
that all do this together. But like, it has to be 5 people.
Okay.
And our family is only 3 people, or 3 people, not counting me. Our family is only 4 people total in our immediate family, and so I'm wondering if
Right.
they would have to pick somebody who's blood related, or if you could join us.
I could bleach my hair. That's fine.
Because you're part of the family. I mean, like, I just don't know if they would count it. Because I don't know. But I would love to have Family Feud be a thing that we all do. Pablo, the more I think about it, the more I want to audition for Amazing Race. I'm not
Let's
lying.
do it.
I'm not lying to you. So, guys, as soon as this episode is over, Pablo and I are going to find out what it takes to apply for Amazing Race. And you can support us by following us on YouTube and following us on Twitch, and just watching our journey step by step
To the Amazing Race.
To the Amazing Race, yes. But I'll figure out if we can, because that would be so funny. Could you imagine?
I'm down. What else have I got going on?
Right? Of course, right now they're probably not doing the Amazing Race because it's literally like a game where people fly all over the place globally, and we're in the midst of a global pandemic.
Right.
So they're probably not doing it right this second, but they're probably prepping for when they
Today's
can.
challenge: buy some chicken soup at your local grocery store.
Yeah, Steve Harvey would have a hell of a time with us on Family Feud if you were the other part of the family.
He would have a field day with that.
Oh boy, that would be so funny.
Yo, if Steve Harvey could joke about me, I'd be down.
I would love to meet
that'd be
Steve
all I
Harvey
want.
so much. I love that man. Listen, and if he
that
says
guy's
and if
great.
he says anything shitty to me, I could just be like, listen.
You're right.
Listen, Miss
But-
Universe. Okay.
Yes.
But I can't complain because that was like the year for missed opportunities like that. It was like he messed up the Miss Universe
Miss
pageant.
opportunity.
Miss Opportunities. That's my stripper name.
Ooh.
Anyway, no, but yeah, right. For the Amazing Race, today's challenge: put real pants on. I just
How does a zipper work?
can't do it. But no, I do think it would be fun. But I was saying that was the year for like missed things because Steve Harvey was incorrect to announce Miss Universe, and then shortly after that, maybe it was a year or two after that, La La Land was named Movie of the Year, and then
I thought it was the year after, wasn't it?
it was probably the year after, but then it was actually Moonlight, And so, yeah, that was hilarious. But it was just a whole slew of misannouncements, which is great. Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. That's great.
That'd definitely be one of my answers.
Of course. Hey, listen, I get it though. Sometimes you're under pressure and you just say something stupid. Sometimes.
Dude, I know, like, I say stupid shit even not under pressure.
Thank you. See, that's the thing. Like, if I were on a game show, I don't know, like, with the weakest link, I think about it, and I'm like, I could probably audition for it. And I wouldn't take myself too seriously. I'd be under pressure, yeah. So I'd try to answer all the questions, and when I got to one wrong, I'd be like, whatever. Like, I'm here, I'm on television, I could make money, or it could just be another day that I've wasted. And I've wasted a lot of days. So, like, the odds of something good happening here are far better than the odds of something truly bad happening. So
I just know that I'm gonna get more than 50% of my appearance on Amazing Race would probably just be them bleeping me out.
Yeah, right? Yeah, absolutely. And just constantly drenched in sweat for me. Like, I'd just be like dripping for no reason.
It's gonna be like panning through like the contestants as they're explaining the challenge, but it's gonna be like me going, oh. But like a drawn out, oh, fuck.
Oh boy. It's great. It's great. It's great. Yeah. I think it would actually be fun. So the only television show that I actually did audition for was American Idol. I auditioned for American Idol. Now here's the thing. I auditioned in May.
Yeah.
So I still haven't heard back from them. And they were supposed to let me know either way.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. They were supposed to let me know in like July. Either way. Now, I don't know if they've just said, okay, we're postponing it for a while, or if they just didn't let me know that I didn't make it. Either way, I'm not counting on it. Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, well, you know, if it happens and I have to leave college to go be on American Idol, then I'll leave college to go be on American Idol. Like, my gosh.
Yeah.
That is true. Pablo and I, as a team, would have a leg up if they went to a Spanish-speaking country. Because Pablo speaks Espanol, which is Spanish for Spanish. I know some things.
What?
I know some things every once in a while.
Want to hear something trippy? These dogs are probably barking in Spanish.
I think he's right. I think they are. All right, guys. With that, we are going to take just a short break. We will be right back. Don't touch that dial, which is a very old way of saying don't leave. And stick with us. And like I said, we'll be right back just after this short break.
Some. Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Call me Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Call me Mr. Shane, means you're grand. Call me Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest. It means you're the fairest in the land.
I'm Patty.
I'm Maxine.
And I'm Laverne.
I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain, for me is this a shame. So kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, so that you will understand.
thing if you ain't got the swing.
Well, it don't mean a thing. All you gotta do is sing.
Thing if you ain't got the swing.
Well, it don't mean a thing. All you gotta do is sing.
Makes no difference if it's
Oh man. Yeah, you're right. Whiskey does taste better that way.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, hey everybody, we're back.
Oh,
Hi,
hey,
we're
how's it
live.
going?
Hi guys, and welcome back to that 20-somethings show. If you just
Give me a
tuned
sec.
in, he's choking on the whiskey apparently.
No, sorry. I just had a handful of almonds, and he was starting the countdown. I would start eating them fast. Oh man, they got stuck in there.
Ah,
Go ahead.
are you okay now? You're not dying?
No, I'm good now.
We're glad. We're glad. We laugh, we kiss, we schmooze, we make up.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah, but anyway, welcome back to that 20-somethings show. This is a show where the points are made up and nothing matters. Everything's made up and the points don't matter. That's what it is. Anyway,
like my partner here has demonstrated, this is a shit show, guys.
hello and welcome. Yeah, if you've just tuned in, we are Dr. Herman and Senator Mayor Garcia. Is that
that's getting
Terabithia
longer.
behind you? It very well could be.
I looked for redwoods, like Stanley Park. I was thinking of another happy place.
Ah, yes. Vancouver. Speaking of which, I was just watching a holiday film, a Hallmark movie, that as soon as they showed like a picture of the landscape of the area, I was like, that's Vancouver. And then I looked up the filming location for the movie, Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
It's like the most famous unknown place, you know?
Yeah.
Like you sometimes you don't know you're watching something that's in Vancouver.
Well, one of the things that I like about it is it's so versatile. Like Vancouver, Vancouver it has beach, it has city, it has forest, it has mountains, it has snow. It has everything.
You know, all within just a few minutes of a drive.
Yeah. And so it's one of those crazy places that you can get away with filming a lot of different things and having a lot of different locations because it has everything.
Yeah, dude, going into Stanley Park, number one, I love it because of how minuscule it made me feel, you know, in the grand scheme of things. But it felt like the Enchanted Forest in Once Upon a Time. That's all it reminded me of.
Which is where that was filmed. And the other thing that is notably filmed there that I watch all the time is Lost in Space. Lost in Space was filmed there for all of their outdoor locations, and then I'm sure they were filmed on a sound stage for like the ship and stuff like that. But they filmed in Vancouver for a lot of their locations, and it's so crazy because there are so many different locations. It is also cheaper to film in Canada as long as you're using Canadian actors.
Yes.
They do fine you for how many, like, it's like over 3, I think. They fine you over 3 for American actors. Or maybe
Something
it's over
like
1.
that.
I don't know. But yeah, they charge more for American actors to like film there, which is interesting. But you know, it's great. It's a great way to make movies with new actors that the American audience hasn't necessarily been saturated with.
That's why I like a lot of crossover stars.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, because you know, it's just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. But you know, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, so
Yeah.
that's all that really matters. Just put him in
Thank
any
you,
movie.
Canada.
Thank you, Canada. But yeah. So Vancouver is definitely a happy place. I want to go there. You've
Oh,
seen,
dude, you'll
so
fall in love the second you're in there.
You've seen where UBC is, right?
Yes.
Have you been to UBC's campus? The
No, I
University of
haven't.
British Columbia, for those of you who don't know.
I didn't have a chance. No, but
So it's like on a cliff. It's
right. It's
like,
crazy.
It's on a cliff surrounded by water. It
feels like
crazy.
It feels like a like a superhero headquarters or something.
It does, or like Hogwarts or something crazy. Like it feels like fantasy or sci-fi. It feels like the X-Men. Oh man, I'm a terrible person now because I don't know the university or the location that all the X-Men hide out in. What is that place?
That's the X Mansion, which is also in not in Vancouver, but it's in Victoria.
Ah, yes.
Like, we got to see that, and like that mansion gets used for everything, like Disney or I'm trying to think of like what other they did a lot of X-Men films inside.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, it makes sense. It's a great location.
It was Lex Luthor's mansion in Smallville.
Really? But yeah, Matt was today years old when he found out Happy Gilmore was shot in Canada. So.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I was also today years old. Thank you, Matt, for dropping that knowledge this way. Yeah, that's like a ton of things are shot in Vancouver right now. Vancouver is like the third film capital of the world currently.
Yeah.
Shortly behind Hollywood and Bollywood. LA and Bollywood are the top two in the world, and then after that is Vancouver, and it's so close to us that it's hard not to be enticed to go there and try out acting and stuff. Especially when UBC is so close. Hollywood, Florida? Yes. No, Dollywood, Tennessee, actually. But yes. Hollywood, California, actually. The good old Beverly Hills 90210.
Ooh, look at you knowing things.
Knowing zip codes and shit. Like, I don't know.
So you do know pop culture.
No, I don't. I don't know anything. Oh, you know Beverly Hills 90210? Name 3 of their albums. But anyway, no, actually, I've never seen Beverly Hills 90210. I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
Illinois, 61108. See, I can do it too. Hey. Yeah.
Dubuque, Iowa, 52001.
52001. Ooh. Places I've lived. Anyway.
I'll take zip codes for 300, Allison.
This famous zip code. What? This famous phone number belonged to Jenny. Do you know, Pablo?
Wait, was it 567? No, 86. Oh, no, wait.
Dyslexia run amok.
It's been a while. I remember it mainly because of Family Guy. Because I was thinking about this the other day. It was just an episode of in which it was like the first Road to episode with Stewie and Brian, and they're stranded somewhere, and they're in a seedy motel. And it's the nighttime, and Stewie's like freaking out and says, "All right, I got to call home. I got to call Lois." And so he picks up the phone. He goes, 867-5309, and he goes, "Yes, that's it. No, damn you, Timmy Two-Tone." And so he hangs up and says, "All right, there's only one thing to do. 111-1111. Lois? No. 111-1112. Lois?
No.
Damn. 111-1113.
That's great. And yes, Pleasantly Purple, it's 8675309. Which is weird because I have a hard time putting the number in that order like that. Because I always think of it as 8675309. Because that's how it is in the song. It's like 8675309. And I don't know. I just feel like it's split up that way in my head, even though phone numbers are 3 and then 4. I don't know. What's the area code, though? Nobody can get a hold of Jenny. That's okay. But yeah, that's funny. All of that music is like super nostalgic. Anyway.
Yeah.
I heard that there was this guy who actually owned that phone number for a long time. And
really?
He ended up selling the rights to that phone number because, people would call it all the time. And like it was kind of a thing, and so he ended up selling the rights for a pretty penny, and so somebody still probably to this day, I don't know what. But I do
get why that would be annoying.
Well, yeah, I don't know that he was necessarily annoyed by it, but I do know that he was sitting on something that was clearly very valuable. That now nobody understands because, I mean, if you say that to anyone younger than us, and most people our age, they have no idea what we're talking
Someone's going to make a remix of it. Just watch. It'll bounce back.
That is true. It is interesting. So, not that I'm going to talk about this forever because why?
But Spy Kids.
But no. So it's interesting in hip-hop. Not a lot of hip-hop artists or rap artists do covers of other rap artists' work. And I think that's interesting. It mostly comes from the fact that I think rap and hip-hop is coming from a place that is real to you. Mm-hmm. And so if you were, like, if I were to cover, if I were a popular rap artist, and I were to cover Eminem's...
I like that you worded it that way.
Yeah, right? And if I were to cover Eminem's song, it wouldn't be my words. It's not personal. It's somebody else's words.
It's like reading somebody else slam poetry.
Right? It just doesn't fit with you. And so not a lot of rappers do covers. In fact, a majority of rappers don't. But
they can use somebody else's songs.
Yes. And I was just about to say that. So
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. You're totally good because you're right on the same train that I am.
Yeah.
But they'll do clips and they'll do sound bites and samples. And so they'll sample another artist's work to pay homage to it. And I think that's super interesting.
I love when they do that.
I do too. I think it's super interesting. You know, I don't necessarily think that, what's his name? Ice Cube was, no, it's not Ice Cube. It's Vanilla Ice. Here's Jacob and his rap knowledge. I don't think that the
Please do a whole episode on recycled programs. I will be there for every minute.
I don't think that the Iceman Cometh, who did Ice Ice Baby, I don't think that he was paying homage to Queen, and Under Pressure, but you know, I think that a lot of rap artists do pay homage with that idea of sampling. The reason I think that Vanilla Ice is not paying homage is because there was a lawsuit about it.
Right.
Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly had a mini back and forth for a few years ago when, and then they continued it for a while, and that's why we got my favorite rap song on the planet, Kill Shot, which, I'm sorry, if you believe that MGK won that battle, you're wrong, because Eminem clapped back hard, like, oh, it was so good. But anyway, that's enough about rap, because I literally know nothing else about it. Like, zero information. I know off-brand rap artists like
Let's have a rap battle. Let's make an
Yeah.
episode where it's a rap battle.
But anyway,
I'll be over here sounding very Dr. Seuss like.
so does Eminem though.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, little fish.
I know Bo Burnham. Yes. Bo Burnham is actually more talented at rap than most people give him credit for. He's actually pretty good, and that's because he writes for a living. I mean, he's a writer. He's really good with words, and I think in order to be a talented rapper, you also have to be a good writer. And so it just makes sense, you know. He has the writing capability, and then he has the stage presence and the personality. So yeah, it comes off as comedic genius. But if he didn't want to be a comedian, if he wanted to be a rapper, I think he could. Like, I don't think it would be difficult for him to just be a rapper. Well, now it would be, because nobody would take him seriously. But like, if he wanted,
I would.
If he went back and started that way and started as a rapper, I think people would love him as a rapper.
I respect that so much, because I can't rap. That's why I stick to the white version, which is patter songs. I'll stick to Sondheim. Thank you.
Panama, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean. Oh boy. See, Mom, I'm rapping.
I like to be in America.
America. No, but I think it's interesting. I
want to do a Sondheim show so bad.
Oh, did you picture Jeff Dunham with Bo Burnham? That's hilarious, because they are not the same. They are the opposite.
If he has a rapper puppet, I want to see that.
Yeah, I don't think the world would be ready to see that.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's Nessa. It's very Nessa.
It's very Nessa.
But yeah, they are very different. But yeah, no, I think I'm absolutely the opposite of good at rapping. And I think I found this out when I wrote a rap. I've written a couple of raps actually, because, you know, look at me. Why not try it? But yeah, I've written a couple of raps, and one I'm more proud of than the other, but I also don't show it to anybody because look at me. But the other one I
made a turkey rap.
Yeah, right. No, the other one I put on YouTube, and so that was a poor choice. But it's called First World Problems, and it's out there.
Oh my God, yes. I remember that.
Oh boy, it was so bad. Yes, I'm the opposite of good. Some might call it bad.
I mean,
you know, first world problems was pretty funny though. First world problems, I don't call it bad rap. I call it satire. And,
it was just meant to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. It was meant to be awkward. Like, that's the thing with a lot of that show. So let me talk about Friends Like Us for a minute, because I feel like we need to. Because this
Hold on. Give me a second. In that case, we need to pull out we need to go to the attic.
Yes, let's go to the attic. So, as we walk our way up to the attic, excellent. The nostalgia of Friends Like Us.
Can you do some dusting?
But anyway, that wasn't me blowing COVID everywhere. That was me blowing the dust off of things. But anyway, so Friends Like Us was delightfully awkward. Like, I look back on it and I'm like, some of the things that I thought weren't awkward were awkward, and that's a little embarrassing.
That's me with like anything I've done.
Yeah, but then some of the parts that I'm like, I made this to be cringy and I made this to be awkward, like First World Problems. I knew it was going to be awkward. I knew it was going to be bad and therefore funny. I knew that going into it. So I'll look back on that and I'm like, hey, that's still kind of funny. Like, it's bad, and I could have done better at making it bad, but it's pretty good. Uh-oh.
Yeah, like
Oh no.
with my character Stanley, the nerdy guy, that's what I stuck to. Just
Oh,
like
no.
this one I feel comfortable with being, awkward on purpose.
Yes, for those of you in chat who have not seen First World Problems, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it.
Oh my god, yes.
Do you just have our channel on standby? I appreciate it. But yeah, it's a little bit cringy, of course, but it's hilarious. Like I made it specifically to be bad, so like I don't mind it. There's another episode was the Fitness Freak in the Future episode that I knew was gonna be cringy, and it was gonna be like, whoa, this guy's just fooling around, and I'm like,
Fitness freak in the future, fitness freak in the future, fitness freak in the future.
correct. That's how I intro the video. But yeah, like I knew that was gonna be bad, but it was fun to make, and so I look back on that and I'm like, no regrets, no regrets,
No regrets.
no regrets,
Not a single letter.
not a single letter. Yeah, I don't have any regrets about that kind of stuff. I actually look back on it sometimes and I laugh. There's a song.
I mean, now I do.
There's a song that I wrote. I can't remember what the challenge was, but you challenged me. I think it was to write about lawn furniture or something like that, or to write a typical. No, it was to write a song about a lawn chair, because
Maybe.
the song was called Lawn Chair, and like now that I listen back to it, I could actually hear it on the radio, like. But that's because commercialized music, country music, is so bad that it's become that. But like I wrote it as satire, and then that's what country music became, and so it's hilarious.
It's your fault.
It's hilarious. Like I still remember it. Look at me, breaking things out and doing things on stream or something.
Ooh, what else you got back there?
You guys, can you hear my guitar?
Yes.
Yes.
I can.
So, it's like, hey there, good old lawn chair, haven't seen you in a while. The desk chair is just fine for work, but lounging's more my style. Outside I'm kinda stuffy, but outside I'm right at home. And you know I've got a friend in the garden gnome. Hey, good old lawn chair, how you been? And it's just hilarious. Like it's a lawn chair song, and I'm like, that's what country music is now. But it was just great. It was so fun to do. That song, man. But yeah, that stuff makes me happy. Bo Burnham's song "Pandering" does the country satire great too. Yeah. It actually, funny enough, has like a very similar chord progression to the one I just played, because that's what country music is. Yeah, thumbs up, country. But yeah, modern pop country music is pretty much just pandering. It's just that. But yeah. I enjoyed the song challenges. I think we should do song challenges again.
Those were fun.
The first time, it sounded like you were genuinely saying that, and then the second time, it sounded like you had to convince yourself. Those were fun. Those were fun.
Those were fun.
Those were fun. Those are, oh god.
I don't know. With a green screen, I feel like I could go back and to do like the character ones again. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it'd be great. I would love to do character challenges. And so guys, if you want to see us return to doing song and character challenges, post a comment on our YouTube video and let us know yay or nay. Post it in chat if you want to see us go back to doing those 1 week song challenges and stuff like that. I think that'd be super funny. We could do like a whole segment on here, song challenges or character challenges. I think it'd be great.
I'm down. I'm
so
down.
yeah, if you guys want to see us do it, let us know. So yeah, but I think that'd be fun. But anyway, what else? What else makes you happy, my guy?
Thanks.
I said, what else makes you happy, my guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, Disney Plus has really made me happy lately. I love Disney, man. I think anything that really just tugs at my anything that just really tugs at my nostalgia, I'll do that. Like lately I've been watching like some obscure shows that I haven't seen since I was like 10,
Yeah.
and just to at least get myself to feel not only happy but just happy and content. Like back then, you didn't have to worry about paying bills, or you didn't have to worry about, oh man, I gotta get
Bills.
I gotta go to go to bed early so I can go to work the next day, or just stuff like that. But the only thing you were freaking out about was, I don't know, a book report you had to you had to turn in
Yeah.
next week. But yeah, like there's something about reminiscing on simpler times that just gives you that, I don't know, that letting go feeling.
Yeah, it does, and it helps you just kind of relax a little bit. I completely agree. I definitely enjoy myself some Disney Plus. Like I said, I've been watching a bunch of those feel good things and feel good movies, especially since it's close to the holiday season. I watch the same movies every year,
Right.
so it's always super fun. Also, I mean, bless
Sorry.
you. No, you're fine. Do you have the Rona?
Yes, that's why I'm sickly green right now.
It's the. Are you sure that's not the green screen?
What green screen?
What green screen? We're clearly in the attic.
Yes, and I'm quite offended. I'll go downstairs now.
Downstairs to the forest, or down.
Touche.
Yeah, right. I was like, wait, where is he going?
Downstairs to what have I got? I know there's a living room in here somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
There you go. There's a living room.
Downstairs to the living room. Not clearly not Adrian Monk's living room or anything.
Oh no, clearly not.
But yeah, another thing. Downstairs to the chocolate factory.
Oh, that's right. I didn't. The happy room.
Of course. Another thing that keeps me going and keeps me positive is writing music. Like I'm constantly writing and stuff like that. So I've gotten a chance to play a little music now and then, and it's super fun. I thoroughly enjoy it.
What I miss?
What do you miss?
Just going outside and play. Like that's something we. I don't know. Like, when's the last time you went outside and played? Like it was I don't know, a slow summer day.
Literally, that was funny. Name that tune. Yeah, name that tune. No, no, but yeah. The last time, literally the last time I went out to just play and do nothing was when you were here, and we would go on walks. Like that's like just to take pictures and do nothing and
that's why I was doing those back then. Like because I missed those simpler times. Like I miss having to go out just to see what adventure lied ahead that day.
I keep reading these posts on Facebook that are like, hey, there was a time that you went outside with your friends to play for the last time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so
the
true.
thing is, you didn't know that was going to be the last time.
Yeah, exactly. And it is crazy. Yeah, Matt, it's interesting. Nobody just goes out to play anymore. Like it's crazy.
No, right?
Like it is kind of weird. I remember making a day of wanting to go to the park and then going to the park. Like that was a thing.
Yeah,
that was a day.
That was my day plan.
Like that was
like the only detail to it was I'm going to the park.
Yes. And
yes.
And, like my mother, so I was homeschooled, right? So I was in the house all the time. And so like my mother and I would be running errands, and then I would be like, can we go to the park on Rural and Roland?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. Solid. So I was like, can we go to Rural and Roland? And sometimes we would go to Rural and Roland. It was a great time.
Say that 3 times fast.
Rural and Roland. it is hard.
The Roger.
The rural juror. But yeah, no, it was super fun, like going out to the park and doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I feel like I do miss it too, and that's why I go on nature trail walks and stuff like that. That's why I like the Mines of Spain in Dubuque, and that's why I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just literally playing outside, just less monkey bars and more nature. Like
Right. And I think in a way that's why I like acting, because I mean, take whatever, acting we were studying aside. Let's say that's not in the picture.
have a good
And
night, Matt.
it's just good night, Matt. And it's just us in our 25 and 24 years old. We're outside and and with water guns. Who's to say, like we wouldn't be the ones going like, oh my god, let's pretend we're spies and just shooting at each other and like really get into it.
Yeah.
Like that's people just don't do that right now. And I guess that's why I like acting, because being the dum-dums that we are, like, but the blissful ones, we can be 25, 40, 50, whatever, have those squirt guns and fully go into it like, oh man, the stakes are high, I've got my own backstory already, and it's totally a different thing.
Exactly. And having that time and being able to have fun with it too. Like, I know acting is a job, but like,
right,
being in Peter Pan was not work
play
for me.
Your actors play.
It was playing. It was a blast. And that's the thing with like, even with Endgame, like I wasn't in Endgame, but I was sitting there watching it, and I was watching you guys act, and I'm like, this looks like so much fun. It looked like fun. And that is what I get out of acting. I get fun out of acting, regardless of whether it's working hard or not. Like, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears I put into it, it ends up being fun in the long run. And
Yeah.
I end up loving the show and missing it. And on
Right.
the occasion, there are shows that I don't miss. But for the most part, it ends up being fun, and I end up having a good time, and I always get something out of it,
Yeah. One thing that I'm like jealous about is when kids start acting or training acting, or very early on, because there's a reason why they say you don't they don't like working with children or animals, because they're going to be the audience are going to be looking at the child or the animal, mainly because the animal has no idea what's going on. He's just being himself. So it's, at its truest form, you have the kid who, sure, he's not as knowledgeable as an adult or whatever, but you have a kid whose biggest thing is his imagination. If he's playing, at him being, I don't know, some alien child, he's going to play that to the nth degree and fully commit to it. That's like with ease, like at a flip of a switch, they'll be able to do it. For an adult, it would take hours just to prep and get yourself in a mind state of like, okay, I got to do this, and this is what I'm going for, or what have you. Whereas where a child, it's just instantaneous.
Yeah. And that's the thing, they make the right choices because they're not afraid to make choices, which is pretty awesome. Pleasantly Purple says that she has a picture of us playing with GeoTreks when we're 19 and 20. So, yeah, okay.
Case in point.
We get it. I still like playing with Legos and Knex and GeoTreks and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, man, I still enjoy that kind of stuff. I was thinking about this the other day. For the exact same reason I like playing with GeoTreks, when I grow up, whatever that means, when I have my own house as an adult, I want a table that is solely dedicated to D&D.
Yeah.
And to like making a D&D land on that table. Like, I'd like an 8-foot table where I can like have different sections of it and like create a cliffside. And I know with like 3D printing and stuff like that, that creating models isn't hard anymore. It's not as difficult as it used to be anymore. And so like I would love to just design my own world. For the same reason that I like playing with Geotracks and Legos and Knex, like I love doing that kind of stuff just for fun. Like I'm not gonna make any money out of D&D.
Right? No, it's just you take pleasure out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I don't think if that's what qualifies being a child, you know, that imagination, that creativity, I don't think I'm ever gonna grow up.
Oh no, I've said this to my coworkers lately. You know, I am the biggest child you're gonna meet. I just cannot let go of whatever I got left in my childhood. I just can't.
Right.
And you know, I do that kind of to, you know, continue on with what you were saying. You know, when I have my own place and whatever, I'm gonna have a room that's just train tracks. But for the sole purpose that ever since I was little, I would watch like, you know, Addams Family, but like specifically the black and white one, because noticed that in all these different episodes, he's doing the same thing with the train tracks. You know, he just likes running them and blowing them up. But the funny thing is that there's always like a new train every time he does it. So I'm like, you know, like sure, it's not the most practical thing, but there's just something so childlike about, you know, this adult man with a suit and cigar just taking pleasure and just blowing up some trains. It's
it's great.
That's one thing I'd like to have, to be honest.
So everyone commenting on Wig's comment here, everyone had that mat, the Hot Wheels mat that had all of the city on it. You know which one I'm talking about, right? It was It was a rug. It was a Hot Wheels rug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everybody had that growing up. That's like a
thing. I had one of those.
And I saw a post the other day that was hilarious. At the top of it, it said, "I'm so glad I finally get to travel again." And it had a wing of an airplane photoshopped so it looks like you're taking a picture out of the plane. And then the bottom was just that mat. And I thought it was hilarious. Like they were flying over that. I was like, yes, that's fantastic. It's sad because nobody gets to travel because of COVID, but it's hilarious because everybody had that, and that's like a super happy thing. I remember playing with that all the time.
Yeah, I didn't have a bad time like not once on that thing.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I don't know what it was about it, because literally it was just a mat and some Hot Wheels cars. Like, there were no characters.
I like to think whoever created that was just like as an offhand thing, like, sir, we've got endless yards of surplus. Like, what do we do? I don't know. Print something on it. What do we do? I don't know. Make something for the kids. Print a town or something.
Yeah, right. And everyone had one. Everyone. It's crazy, and it's funny because I didn't start seeing this until recently on the internet, and then all of a sudden it blows up because it went viral because it's so relatable. Everyone has one. Everyone had one of those mats. And it's so funny. Like, as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing, and I thought I had the only one. And then growing up, you know, I would see one every once in a while here and there.
I would get like Jenga blocks and like start adding like skyscrapers to it. And
Knex, but me too.
Yeah, no, I had Knex. Dude, I remember having Knex, and I was so proud of this. I made I would say like 3 foot tall Ferris wheel.
Yeah. So
it came with like on the cover of the box, it showed you like, you know, one of the possible designs, and I was like, I need to get this, and I was so happy. I felt so accomplished.
That's awesome. I had Knex for a long time, and I had a lot of Knex. I had a Knex.
Oh yeah.
I had a Knex roller coaster, which was pretty cool, but it was like,
I really wanted that one.
It might have been like 4 foot wide, maybe even wider. Like, it was big. It was a big
thing.
No,
I remember that thing. Like that thing was advertised like big.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And so I built that, and then for a while at the Discovery Center, they had a Knex exhibit because it's all about engineering and stuff like that. And they had it for a very long time. They replaced it recently, within like the past 5 years.
Okay.
And for a while, when I was young, I couldn't volunteer at the Discovery Center yet because I just wasn't old enough. But Bruce, who was the guy in charge of the exhibits there, he hired me for no pay to be their like Knex expert. So basically, when that Knex exhibit would break, I would go in and fix it.
That's awesome.
It was
I
the
love
coolest
that.
job in the world. I was
Yeah.
8 years old and I was loving my life. Like, it was so
You
fun.
tell me how to build stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
right? It was so cool. What a great opportunity that was. And it was just so fun. Like, I had grown up at the Discovery Center, so I was like I was a familiar face around there. But you know, I got to volunteer there. I actually worked at the Discovery Center longer than anyone else worked there.
I believe that.
Because I started working when I was 8 years old, and I worked all the way through until I was, until last year. Well, actually until this year. No, last year. December 31st, last year.
Oh yeah, New Year's.
Yep. And so, and this year, if they'll have me, I'm going to do it again. But they always have that countdown to fun, and so I always work there for that, which is awesome. But yeah, like I've worked there for a very long time, and so it's always been fun. But anyway, it's getting a little late, so I think we should probably wrap this up. Do you guys have any other questions for us? I mean, I know you guys have hung out with us for the long haul. Matt is gone, but the rest of you here.
He's still with us.
He's still with us. If you have any questions for us, please let us know. And then also, if you are watching this later on YouTube, I know I joked about it before, but if you're watching this later on YouTube,
I am going to try to upload it today, by the way. It's
yeah, well,
I had a mishap last week.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get it up as soon as possible, and yeah, for sure. And Pleasantly Purple's comment was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's serious or if that's just a joke, but that's fine. But anyway, yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and continue to watch our videos. If you want to watch our old videos, I'm sorry, go ahead. You do it. Sure, why not?
If you dare.
If you dare. If you want to see the cringe, go for it. And if you like our content now, come over to Twitch, follow us on Twitch, and hop in that chat. We'd love to hear from you live.
Yes.
We'd love to answer your questions and chat with you live. But also, if you'd like to drop some comments, please do. We appreciate it. And again, let us know if you want us to do that song challenge, character challenge thing. We'd love to hear your input on it. And if you follow us over on Twitch, then we can get all kinds of awesome things. We can start doing some really cool stuff for you guys, which is what we're looking forward to once we hit affiliate. So, other than that, we are just about done here. I'm going to find a channel to raid. Let's see if there's a channel we can raid tonight. Da-da-da-da-da! Hey!
I want a burger.
Okay.
Fuck you.
No, so one of my favorite streamers, his name is Tango, and his wife, Mrs. Tango, is actually streaming right now, and she's streaming Among Us. So I'm going to go ahead and send you guys over to her, and you guys have a great rest of your evening. We super appreciate all of the support today. Thanks, Wig, for the follow as well. But I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your evening, and thanks for tuning in.